So this will be a really short video, but I was sent a really interesting question from Go, so GHO, on Discord. I've played a lot with him during the TBC beta and other things. And he said about Soul of Iron, it only being in Season of Mastery, like Classic Season of Mastery. What about TBC? Because there's a lot of people who enjoy doing the Hardcore Challenge, but on TBC, myself included, because, at the end of the day, if you then make it to max level, it's a lot more useful to you than it being on, a Classic era server, which is how Hardcore works at the moment. Obviously, Soul of Iron on the Season of Mastery is going to change that. But on the basis that they've got the sort of implementation process of it now, why couldn't we actually have it added into TBC? Same NPC, same everything. We're going to look at what Go said to me on Discord, because he's actually made a list, and it's more making it like Project 60. So yes, it's TBC, but you never go past level 60. Now, I agree with that, and I can see that, but also being able to get to 70 and do everything, just a full Soul of Iron, but on TBC servers. Now, I know this is going to be some additional work for him, and maybe it would even need to be a fresh Classic TBC realm. Who knows, a Season of Mastery TBC realm. But I would be half tempted just to put it in the game now. I mean, weighing up the pros and cons and thinking about, well, all right, yeah, there could be griefing, stuff like that. Maybe have it on PvE realms only, or RP, PvE realms, whatever. Implement the high elves or whatever they are, that actually give you the Soul of Iron buff. And just drop them in, see what happens, so people can actually participate in it on TBC realms, and don't worry about all the other changes. Don't worry about disabling world buffs, adding, titles for killing raid bosses and all of that. That could come with a true seasonal TBC server, but for now, I don't see any reason for it not to be added into TBC, on the basis that they've actually put what I would say is a pretty decent mechanic and a decent new sort of game mode into these new servers. So for the people that are like, oh, I like that idea, but don't want to play vanilla, you could almost just drop it straight in without waiting. Let me know in the comments. I mean, I can't think of any real negative reasons to wait. As in, well, yeah, because it's not a seasonal server and we know we've got quite a while left of TBC anyway, it's something else for people to come back and try, something else for people to do who are maybe bored, on the borderline of going to play New World or Final Fantasy XIV or anything like that. It could keep people playing the game, which ultimately is probably what Blizzard wants. Let me just jump over to the PC and we'll just have a look at exactly what Go said to me. All right, because I've jumped over to use this microphone now, there might be a bit of discrepancy in the levels of sound, from one to the other, from where I'm sat over here to here, but I'll try and even that out. But I just thought it'd be good just to show you. So I mentioned at the start that Go gave me this idea, basically, and sent me his own list of rules. So I just want to have a look at them and just talk through what his ideas are around it and why I think they're brilliant. What he's basically saying is Season of Mastery Project 60 rules/changes. So NPC added next to the Iron Man ones, or just an added option on those same NPCs to have the following restrictions. Level is capped at 60 and XP will be turned off. This can be toggled back off just like Iron Man, so Soul of Iron, or Iron Man, whatever you want to call it. You may not join the group of someone that's over level 60, but can join others that are 60 and below, even if they aren't a seasoned master. Not able to get the new enchants from TBC. Not able to enter Outlands. And then he said, though, it would be kind of cool to see pimped out level 60s in chat, though. And just to run ramps, blood furnace and stuff without getting loot. Makes sense. Not able to wear BOEs from TBC. Not able to use consumes from TBC. Not able to learn new profession patterns from TBC. Raid group capped at 25 to 30. World bosses would have to be changed somehow to where there's a separate spawn only played with the season master buff can see, or that area is phased somehow. Well, I mean, I've been saying about having phasing, basically people with Soul of Iron being phased anyway. Not exactly sure how that's going to work, because it looks like they're now just on their own version of the servers anyway. So, where was we at? So, level 60 bracket of PvP would be separate for only seasoned masters and regular players. Players wouldn't be able to enter DM, BWL, ZG, AQ, NAX until released. Not able to see the DMF until released. Other changes could still be implemented, such as disabled world buffs, restored boss mechanics, no boss debuff limit, increased boss HP, change to diamond flask, and mage boosted nerfs. So basically what he's saying is, yeah, like all of the changes that have happened on Season of Mastery, you could have in TBC as well. I probably, whilst I agree, I think he's absolutely... Let's jump back over there. So again, I could completely understand where he's coming from, and I think they're all. It's a great idea for sort of a Project 60, way of it to work. But I think that's probably quite a lot of not a lot of work for Blizzard, but there's probably more work there than they'd like. Whereas sort of a meeting in the middle of just taking Soul of Iron as it is would probably be more likely to happen, I'd say. Because most of the changes, alright, excluding boosting, but let's be honest, even that, we know we'd get it, if it was added into TBC, we know we're going to get it like half-baked, which, you know, I'm not a fan of, but I would still rather take something that is going to add some flair or some excitement to the game than not have it at all. So we know, alright, you could have Soul of Iron and maybe get boosted, or they could add it so you can only group with other people with Soul of Iron. You know, that's it. It's as simple as that. As long as that person hasn't died, you can still group up. How big of a change that would be for Blizzard to implement, I don't know, but that would probably be the easiest way to be able to have Soul of Iron players on the same TBC realms as non-Soul of Iron players, basically, because you're going to end up like that anyway. You know, even though Season of Mastery, you know, they're getting their own servers, you're still going to have people playing on Season of Mastery who are not interested in Soul of Iron at all. So there's going to be that mix of players anyway. So on TBC, just literally add in the NPC and the Soul of Iron buff and nothing else, I think would be a really quick win for them, because there's a lot of people who, you know, would level an ult. They'd level an ult, try and successfully do Soul of Iron, but if they don't, it don't matter too much. But the fact that it was there could potentially have just gave them that inspiration to actually start leveling. So like I said, this was going to be a real short video, but let me know, what do you think? Should Soul of Iron be in TBC, or should it stay in Season of Mastery? I mean, it would stay in Season of Mastery, obviously. I'm not saying we'd take it out of Season of Mastery. You know what I mean. But anyway, for more TBC, RAF, just WoW content in general, make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, because it really does help out, and feel free to ask anything in the comments. Till next time, peace out.